Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 3 of this Play All 7 series. This is the ECL number 2, the finals between the Guardians semi-FF. Game number 3. These two players one apiece after 2 games, but we're spawning in for the third game on Lake Victoria. A map not often seen in competitive Age of Empires 3, not currently in the standard map pool, not in quick search, and there's a good reason for that. This map, very special, has no trading posts, but does it does have a large body of water with insane amount of fishing, no opportunity to send in water shipments due to lack of water home city flag, but both players start with an extra 5 population and 2 fishing boats. Rohbrot's just doing the dance, just move it, yeah. Yes. Oh, he's doing the dance again! So I don't know. Honestly, if I was Rohbrot, I'd call Ree at this moment in time, and I think I think he's well within his rights to call a Ree for that. But looks like he's decided to play on. That's brutal. He's saved some wood to get this done, and I said to the map creator who created this map, like, when this first map came out, it was in the Civ pool, in the quick search pool, and it did have the extra population space and the extra fishing boats. And I said to the person that, you know, I think you need to remove the extra population space and the fishing boats. The reason being is that, you know, players don't know what Civ they're gonna have. Well, they pick the Civ, but they don't know what map's coming, and some Civs can really abuse the extra population space and the starting fishing boats, and some Civs can't, and you don't really know that until you come here. And also, even if you do, not many people have the builds spelled out, and the amount of people who built Age 1 houses just because they haven't really thought about it or aware of the situation. So it came out the map pool, and the starting fishing boats and population space was removed. And then I actually did say to the map developer, you know what? I don't mind it. It adds something different to the game, but it can't be a standard pool. You have to prepare for this, and this is what the players are. They are preparing for this game, Russia versus Haud, and I've heard many things about people saying that the Hauds on this map are the most unbeatable civilization there is. Might be true. I haven't actually watched too many games. They do have good synergy. They have the dock wagon to start off with. They have spare woods to train fishing boats. They don't need to build their more expensive longhouse because they have the extra population to go by. Meanwhile, the Russians, well, the extra food will help them get a nice age up time. Something they're sometimes quite lacking. They also probably don't need a house early on, but I think they do. Yeah, the 14 build to 16 build tire, that means they do actually need to spend a house. But with blockhouse support, distributism, they can kind of sit defensively and hold the line with the blockhouses. Might even be that Dennis might even have to wall up here, but in this matchup, on this map, Haud and Shone are usually the aggressors, I believe. I'm sure Rohbrot could play defensively and go for a fast fortress straight away if he wanted to. It's interesting, like how do both players react and interact with the water presence? It is it's an interesting thought. There's a huge amount of fish on the water, so it's worth fighting for. And considering that no player can send in shipments like 2 caravels, 1 frigate, kind of means it's relatively hard to push the water if you're already on the water. You can't necessarily send shipments in to defend. Also means that you kind of always have to defend it, because if you let your opponent get on, train a couple of warships, then you just haven't got time to react. But I suppose, I mean, it's kind of safe because they can train one warship at a time, so you have time to react. Blockhouse does come in, but Blockhouse will only do the ranged attack versus the fishing boats. So it does cover the water, but not a lot of it. 3 vills, 5 muskets being trained. Card number 1 will be 700 wood. Second blockhouse. It makes sense. The only problem I feel about this is, although this is like a central position, I'm not sure you can just walk right past everything and walk straight into Russia's base. There is no covering fire, and great. The only thing these blockhouses does is say, right, this is your half the water. This is mine. Let's shake hands and call it a day. I kind of think that Rohbrot is happy with that. He's in base. He's doing his own thing. Let's actually look at his build order here. couple ANs are coming out. Sent in 5 villagers first of all. Gone for the market, gone for the upgrades. This feels like a Rohbrot trademark, like the market in transition, get your first tier technologies. Explorer will get picked off here. Who on earth is that Explorer? Ah, I've never seen that one before. I think that's one of the skins from the hero pack we can pay for. Pretty good. I've seen like every civ essentially now has a female Explorer, which is like pretty interesting. I know that's one of Lionheart's favourite is to have every female Explorer skin possible. He loves the Maltese female Explorer, but like, how can you not have Elaine Magnum or Morgan Black? How can you not have the campaign characters? I find that incredible. Canoe does come out, but a Canoe will get royally shat on by the blockhouse, and pardon my language, but watch this. This could be game. There is cavalry in there, and one shot down. We salute. Oh, they're on the island. The boat got picked off so close to land that the units disembarked automatically. That is a feature. That's not a bug. That is like sometimes if you're too close to land, they can disembark. But my God, lucky there's a fishing boat to pick them up, and lucky you can get military units into the game. I was almost calling GG. I was saluting. My hand was to my face, but that was reckless. That is not. There was no need to put the cavalry on the boat. I get it, but I think the boats move slower than the cavalry. Why are we raiding cavalry in a boat? Am I going mental here? You know what I'm on about. Like, there's no need for it. But it's all good. He gets to raid the backside of Dennis's base via the eastern front. But the villagers against the town centre. It shouldn't be too bad. And Russia looking to push the forward side of Rohbrot here. Explorer will come back up, and for everybody who's saying that this matchup is uber Haud dominated, maybe Rohbrot hasn't aged fast into like forward aggression, for Kanya straight away. It's looking relatively balanced. Can't see what the state of the economy for both players is. Rohbrot's currently on a massive 37? Got 10 fishing boats. Maybe he's got quite a few villas idled or inside. Yeah, 28 villagers and 10 fishing boats. That's a huge economy, actually. Dennis is only at 24. He's not investing. He's only got 2 fishing boats, no dock down, and villagers only train slowly. So actually, you gotta say the Haud eco is looking phenomenal at this moment in time. Massive army though. Strats do move in, and they've got some good attacks on the Tomahawks with their double multiplier versus them. That is heavy infantry. More Tomahawks do come out, and there's so many Cossacks here and infantry that has Rohbrot over booms this, the potential. Tomahawk big button, Tomahawk shipment being sent. There's a lot of defense coming in behind, and the Cossacks may want to pull out, but actually the Musks and Strats, they're just getting some good trades here. It's nothing too bad. A couple of bills going down. Rohbrot stuck in the second age, and anything prolonging it is quite good for Russia. Overall, it will be an easy defend with all this military building fire, and the 4 Canyons still around. They've abandoned their raiding to come and help in the main fight. But yeah, it's not looking too bad here for Iroquois. I think Dennis may want to sack the Musks and just get the Strelets and the Cav out. They move slightly faster, but there's still one pesky 2 Canyon Horsemen, 1 Canyon Horseman now alive. Oh, there's actually 2. That should be going down. But getting back to the Rockhouses, and it should be business as usual. 36 villagers here from Rohbrot. Still training fishing boats behind his mind. It's not. He hasn't given this one up. I think just Dennis hasn't really thought about the aspect of the water. Like, he knows that Haud has a dock. Like, there's no reason for Haud to not have a dock this game, given the extra population. So, how does he want to deal with this? Like, all he needs is 1 caravel just to annoy. It's not like Rohbrot can ship a caravel. Yes, Rohbrot can train a canoe, but that's where your blockhouses come in. And the other question is, why the blockhouse so defensive? There's such a long range. I think you can put at least 1 blockhouse there and another blockhouse here. Now, I wouldn't say put a blockhouse on the island because that'd be absolutely annoying to train units and ship them across. But the point stands that this should not be allowed to happen. But Rohbrot, oh no, Rohbrot, look at this. This is from a top 10 player. He's got 12 fishing boats, but no gill nets. He's got no gill nets. It's 15%. Everybody, literally, get so excited, metaphorically pleasures themselves at the thought of clicking hunting dogs when they got like 10 people on hunt. It's like every game, hunting dogs. Yeah, definitely easy. But when it comes to train 70 wood fishing boats, nobody thinks about upgrading to gill nets. It's 15%. It's 15%. It's so good. Such a good upgrade. And I think it researches in the same time as 2 fishing boats, maybe. So there's an argument. Let's put it this way. If he trains another 2 fishing boats, I'm not going to be too upset. But if he doesn't get gill nets after the second fishing boat, I'm going to be mental. Because then it just mathematically makes 0 sense. And he does have gold in base. He does have ways to get some gold income if he wanted to. Moonshine saying Russia's is fine at the moment. Yeah, Russia's pretty good. The thing is though that he's as you can see, he's really focusing on the military production. He's having to manage 3 resources: the wood, gold, food, get the housing down. He does have steel traps, hasn't quite got gang saw yet, but the problem is it's training batches of 3 villagers is going to get outscaled by villager and dot production. And if nothing changes, we're going to get left behind. And I love this from Rohbrot, dropping down the community plaza back of the base. When the next fight happens, you know the war dance is coming, and you know he's going to pile everything on. You've got to remember, from the Russian point of view, they don't really have too much upgrades. Yes, they have Boyars, which he hasn't sent yet. He should send it now. He will send it now. He is sending it now. Good lads. But the Rohbrot as well, he does have many upgrades himself. He's got conservative tactics, infantry attack, infantry HP, triple carding with cross multiplying via a war dance. His final stats, these guys insane. And also Aenas, remember, this is this current patch. If units get super close range, they can fire at 1 rate of fire. It's incredibly broken. It's like a 50% damage output after all upgrades and multipliers with the community plaza is taken into account. These units are jacked. This makes Tabern look weak as shit. These units are incredible. It's going to dance their way. Look at them wiggle their butts on the way out. Look at that. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I've never noticed that. Which is kind of a reassuring, affirmative thing to say that. How these guys just like walk in a straight line? Maybe they got a dodgy hips or something. I've got no idea. Evolution crying at the thought of that. Look at them. They're not walking in a straight line. Yes, you've been scouted, so stop crawling. Run. It's a nice little choke point if you wanted to fight that. Totally running away from the struts, and you know the Russian army is decent size, and I guess late game, all Russia needs to do is just make struts, because stable production here from Rohbrot is very expensive. The Kanya horseman costing a lot of wood. Market time. Oh, he does have first tier wood. That's actually quite impressive there from Haud. Not often you see that upgrade being researched, but the score lead kind of speaks for itself, and it's really hard to find a way. If anything, Rohbrot should actually have a couple vills, 3 or 4 on this. Get the harvest ceremony performed, and just spit out those fishing boats and the villagers. You won't regret it, and it's certainly worth doing. Moonshine saying need more Cossack. Yeah. The thing is with the Cossacks moving forward as well, that you're quite safe knowing that the Shreds will eventually work through the Tomahawks at a fast pace, but the amount of Kanya horsemen is also concerning. And we're not fighting by the blockhouses. This is risky. And Musketeers only have a 3 multiplier versus Kanya in melee, only a 10 base attack. Cossacks do move to the front line though. Strelets do stand there and fight. Muskets good positioning. Actually good position here, relatively speaking, from Russia, but now Kanya's just moving across. But all this time, look at these. The rate of fire. The Yena's just going mental in the back line. This one's at 1.25. Muskets are just defaulted to the front position, but they just get melted by everything. Kanya's still strong. And 1 versus 1, Kanya's versus Cossack and Strelets will just do nothing. There's still Tomahawks alive. That's a crush. And also remember, War Dance on at the end. 25 on the fire pit. These puppies got 34 hand attack, Tomahawks 26 range, 16 attack. 16 attack with a 1.5 rate of fire. Oh my goodness God. And I got to say, fair play there for Rohbrot having the war fire dance there on the war attack. Not many people these days use the community plaza. It is literally the whole desire of the Civ, and Rohbrot has used it to good effect there to get the win, get number 2 on the board. So well played there to Rohbrot, utilising both the fishing production and the town centre to good used to get the strong economy, strong military, good upgrades, and taking Russia late game age 2 and actually outscaling them. That's quite impressive, both economically and military, and that's the story of this game. And we'll move on to game number 4. So GG, we'll play both, and I'll see you in the next one. It's just, yeah, it's just one of those, it's just one of those things that like Russia is not gonna hope to outscale Eero if they're not on water themselves. And I feel like maybe open up with 700 wood can get them to that place they want to be. Now, I'm not saying sending rendered plant or sending spice trade. Potential for going Somali Darudes, archers. But that's the just imagine Somali Jal daggers with that Russian melee card in the next stage. That'd be, those strats could be the most insane. He's like, I've got a build for you. I've got a build for you if you want one. All infantry get additional armor against ranged attacks, and all hand infantry become cheaper. So that's pretty good. And that's the all infantry, isn't it? Yeah, all infantry. So such an important tech, but so cheap. Very important for both sides there to have that technology if they wanted to stay late game with mass tomahawk, mass air, and mass musket, mass strela